Have you ever had to evict a tenant and afterward wondered, how did this get to be so expensive? Now, I want to be clear, this video is from a landlord's perspective, not the tenant's. If you own rental property or you manage rentals, this is about the real-world costs and mistakes that happen behind the scenes in eviction situations. Most landlords think that the expensive part of an eviction is the court filing. It's not. The court filing is usually the final chapter in a story that started months earlier. In fact, when rental property owners call us after an eviction, they almost always ask us the same question: what did I do wrong? And surprisingly, the answer is rarely, you rented to a terrible tenant. More often, it's one or two small decisions that snowballed into a very expensive problem. Today, I'm sharing the 10 most costly eviction mistakes DIY landlords make and how to avoid them. Hi, I'm Corey Hayes with Keyrenter Property Management, Naperville. Whether it's a townhome in Oak Brook, a single-family rental in Naperville, or an inherited property in Hinsdale that wasn't originally intended to be a rental, we're here to protect your investment and take the stress of managing tenants off your plate. At Keyrenter Property Management, Naperville, we handle the screening, enforcement, documentation, and difficult conversations early so small problems don't turn into expensive eviction situations. Let's get into the mistakes. Mistake number 1, waiting too long. That is the biggest one. Tenants miss rent. They explain it. It sounds reasonable, so you wait. And 1 week becomes 1 month. At $3,800 a month rent, that's already thousands gone. And here's the trap. The longer you wait, the fewer options you have. Not more, less. Mistake number 2, accepting partial payments incorrectly. Let's say a tenant owes you $3,800. They send $500. They promise the rest is coming, and it feels cooperative, so the landlord accepts it. But depending on how it's handled and documented, partial payments can complicate the legal process or reset timelines. The mistake isn't the money, it's not defining what the money means. Mistake number 3, inconsistent lease enforcement. This one is subtle. You enforce the lease one way until you don't. Rent is due on the 1st, but you've accepted it on the 10th for months. Now you try to tighten it up, and suddenly it feels unfair to the tenant. Consistency is what protects you, not flexibility. Quick note, everything we're talking about here today is exactly what we do here at Keyrenter Property Management, Naperville. Screening, enforcement, documentation, early intervention. Because most eviction situations are preventable long before they ever reach court. Now, back to the mistakes. Mistake number 4, no documentation. Courtrooms don't operate on memory, they operate on evidence. Many DIY landlords rely on texts, phone calls, or even verbal conversations and assume that's enough. Text messages are often part of what gets looked at in a landlord-tenant dispute, but they are usually just one piece of a bigger documentation picture. The problem is when they replace formal notices or consistent written records. That's where landlords run into issues because what feels like we talked about it doesn't always hold up as clear record of what was actually agreed to or communicated. Months later, details get blurry, screenshots are missing, or full conversations aren't preserved. Professional property management is built on documentation, written notices, payment records, lease violations, inspection reports, and communication logs. Good documentation can be the difference between a smooth resolution and a long, expensive delay. Mistake number 5, self-help eviction. This is where landlords get burned. Locks changed, utilities shut off, pressure tactics. It feels like control, but legally it creates risk, and it often makes problems worse. Number 6, screening out of desperation. The mistakes happen before the tenancy even begins. The mortgage is due, the landlord is tired of showing it, and a prospective tenant shows up. They have weak credit, unverified income, previous evictions, incomplete application information, but the landlord convinced himself it'll probably work out. Many evictions begin with a screening standard that was lowered because the owner wanted to fill the vacancy quickly. It takes a lot of time to screen tenants properly, and it's worth it. Number 7, failing to verify income. A pay stub is not verification. A bank statement is not verification. One of the most expensive mistakes that landlords make is assuming income is legitimate without independently verifying employment and earnings. A tenant who cannot comfortably afford the rent is much more likely to fall behind. Number 8, not understanding fair housing rules. Sometimes landlords say things in emails, texts, or conversations that seem harmless but create legal exposure. An eviction can become much more complicated if the tenant claims discrimination or retaliation. Even when the landlord ultimately prevails, defending against those allegations can become expensive. Number 9, letting emotions drive decisions. Landlords often become either too aggressive or too lenient. Neither approach really works well. The best approach is to be businesslike. Follow the lease, follow the law, document everything, treat everyone professionally. Emotion-driven decisions often lead to costly mistakes. Mistake number 10, thinking it starts in court. That is the biggest misconception. Evictions don't start in court. They start months earlier with small decisions. Now, let's talk cost. $3,800 rent. If 3 months are missed, that's $11,400 gone. And legal fees, and repairs, and vacancy, turnover. You're easily at $15,000 to $20,000, and most of it was preventable. If you're watching this thinking, I don't want to make these mistakes, that's exactly the point. At Keyrenter Property Management Naperville, we help owners across the western suburbs avoid these problems before they start. Whether your property is in Naperville, Lisle, Hinsdale, Brook, or the surrounding areas, we handle screening, enforcement, documentation, compliance, and the difficult conversations early, so small problems don't turn into big, expensive ones. If you want help protecting your rental property, reach out for a free consultation. And if this helped you, subscribe for more landlord insights. Thanks for watching.